Hey everybody, we're at Dead Frog over in Langley today, right over by the highway. And I'm gonna take you through our beer samples and I'm gonna let you know what we think, okay? Now, starting off, we have our Steel Toe Lager, our Classic Nut Brown Ale, we have our Peach Lemonade Sour Ale, which is recently new here, and then a Raspberry Blast Kettle Sour as well. So starting off with the Steel Toe Lager, let's give it a try. It's not bad. It's not bad. I would say, if I was wanting a regular lager, this would be their version of a Budweiser, right? But a more of a higher class because it is a craft brewery, right? Still pretty good. Brown ale, right? As you can tell, you don't need me to tell you that it's a dark beer. Pretty good. Tastes a little bit like peanut butter. So I imagine, I don't know exactly what ingredients they use, but I imagine there is some peanut butter in here. Really good. Really good. Good beer for winter, I would say. In the colder weather, if you wanted a winter ale, I'd probably maybe go for a darker beer, right? Now, our Peach Lemonade Sour Ale. Kind of excited about this. This sounds really good. Sours aren't something I can necessarily chug down or, I wouldn't go to a party and bring a 6-pack of sours with me, but, it might be a nice patio sipper. Oh, wow. This one's really good. Oh, this tastes kind of like a fuzzy peach, or, some of you girls and guys out there, I know you've had a peach Bellini before. I could imagine freezing this, blending it up, and putting a little fuzzy peaches on there on top. That would be a nice thing. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this one after. Now time for the Raspberry Blast Kettle Sour. It smells like raspberry jam. Oh wow. Now that one's tart. So if I had to compare this to other raspberry sours, because with the sour beers, you normally get those sour fruits, Dead Frog actually does a pretty good raspberry sour as well. Okay, so for our selection, if I had to choose what my favorite beer here would be, I'd have to go with the Peach Lemonade Sour Ale because it was unique and it was sugary, it was fruity, and as the warmer weather comes out, I'm probably gonna want that one to be on the patio. But for my everyday beer, I'm gonna go back with the Steel Toe Lager. Probably say their Classic Nut Brown Ale, probably my least favorite out of this flight because it's a heavier beer and it's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon right now when we're filming, so I don't necessarily want a heavy beer this early in the day because if I'm drinking beer, I'm probably gonna have a minimum of 3, and 3 beers of this, I'm gonna be feeling pretty heavy and pretty bloated. So I would say 1 pint should do you good. 2 pints, you're gonna be a little all over the place. So I'd say number 4. Now, my number 3 is gonna be this Raspberry Kettle Sour because it is pretty tart and you kind of have to be in the mood. Not everybody wants a sour at every time of the day. You can crack open a lager anytime. You can crack open a lager for breakfast. Now, even though this is a little jammy, it's a little fruity, I would still probably stop at one or 2. But that's just me. Their Steel Toe Lager, pretty good as well. Another sip there. I feel like a connoisseur. This beer is gonna take number 2. Guys, like I said, it is an anytime beer, any time of the day, which makes the Peach Lemonade Sour my favorite beer to this flight. They do a really good job with this one. I hope they keep it around for the season. Now, if I had to rate these beers against other beers that I've had so far, let's give it a little competition. This Steel Toe Lager, out of all the lagers, I'm going to give it an 8.5. Let's be clear, not everybody gets a 10. this is still a very good beer, and an 8.5 means that I'm gonna drink it again. Now, out of the brown ales, it's a heavier beer. It's not something that I'm always gonna go for. But let me tell you, I have definitely had way worse beers out there before. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. Not everybody can do a brown ale. Not everybody can do a winter beer. It's that heavier beer. We have 2 sours here. Do you know what that means? That means one sour is going to get rated higher, one sour is going to get rated lower. Now, coincidentally, this one's going to get rated higher, this one's going to get rated lower. Only because this one's easier to drink, and this one's just more tart. And it's really based off of what is something that I can just pound back a couple times. And I think when you go to the bar, you're getting something that you can just pound back a couple times. You don't go to a house party and bring a 6-pack of sours with you. That's why they don't necessarily make 6-packs of sours, because they're kind of that beer that people like to say that they drink, but not everybody drinks, right? This is pretty damn good. I'm gonna give this one a 9.5 out of all the sours that I've ever had. And Dead Frog, if you're listening, I don't want you to go toot your horn, but it's pretty good. Now, your Raspberry Blast Kettle Sour, on the other hand, I don't need you to make 6-packs of it, but I want you to have it. Of all the sours, it's easy drinking, still a little bitter, but like I said, jammy, and if I already had a couple beers in me, I could probably drink a few more, but like I said, not my favorite, and I'd give it maybe a 7 as well. So, at the same time, these two are rated 7, 8.5, 9.5. You heard it here first. I'm Andrew Palmer. This is Palmer Views. I'm signing off.